Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another nail art design. So I'm going to start off with the video with just giving a quick kind of update on the channel. I know probably a lot of you have noticed the content has slowed down a little bit. I've just got a bit of a hectic life at the moment and it's probably going to be like that for the next couple of weeks, so just bear with me please. I am definitely not going anywhere. There'll be content from me wherever possible. I'm going to try and get as much done for you guys as I can, but at the moment it's proven to be a little bit difficult, but I'm not going anywhere. Eventually everything will go back to normal, so just bear with me and hopefully you like today's video. So today's a bit of a longer one. We've got almost a 17-minute video, so hopefully I can make up for the lack of videos recently with this longer one today. It's a really nice kind of design altogether, but it's also a nice kind of one-off nails as well. They're really nice on their own as accent nails as well if you wanted to, for like sparking some ideas, or if you wanted to you could recreate the whole set. It would look absolutely beautiful with different colors. So today I decided to go in with some pinks, of course, because I'm absolutely obsessed with pinks. I feel like sometimes I'm worried to go onto my channel and look at the amount of pink sets I've done, so I haven't done it myself and I don't advise you to either, but there's probably quite a lot, to be honest. Pink is just my go-to. I love pink. I love making everything work with pinks, and when I start thinking about other colours like greens and blues and yellows and oranges, it just really makes it a bit more difficult to make them work. So that's why I'm drawn to pink so much. Even recently with my purple nails, I couldn't really get over them for a while before, like, well, now I have, but when I first painted my nails purple, I just felt like I didn't like it, basically. Just because I'm just so used to pink. But it's good I've decided to go for a different colour, try something new, and it's grown on me, which is great. So maybe there'll be a bit more purple sets coming up soon, who knows. So I've applied some base colours. We've got 3 nails that are nude. I used this nice pink shade as one of the base nails that's chilling in the background. And of course one nail is sugared. I showed you guys the glitter. And that glitter is from Larissa. I do have a discount either code or a link in the description, so do check them out. A lot of the gel polishes used today are from Glam, so I do also have a discount code there if you wanted to go ahead and shop. It should save you guys 30% off full price items, so it will not work on the outlet section, although do have a look in there because they have absolutely amazing colours in there sometimes for a bargain of a price, so definitely go check them out. So I've got now 1 full sugared nails. That nail will be done and dusted now, and we've got quite a lot of work to do, so bear with me. I'll try and describe and explain everything as well as I possibly can. So for our first new nail, we've got a French tip. I will do a second nail off camera so we can get that white a bit more opaque. For our full pink nail here, I'm kind of trying to reverse French tip. I think that's roughly what's happening. So I kind of wanted to colour in the top bits, but I didn't want it to be in a straight line, so I thought I would curve it up to almost make it look like a French tip and then just colour it in with the white as well. So of course that one will need another coat as well with camera real quick, just because it's a little bit patchy and not as opaque as I wanted it to be honest. But I was using just normal gel polish, so you could use some nail art gels to basically prevent you having to do a couple of layers. So now for this nude nail, we're doing a white line down the center. We'll do something very similar on the other nude nail as well, which I will do now. And the reason is, one of those nails is going to be a fully striped nail, and I'm just starting with the white in the center, but we'll just kind of gradually pick up different colors, which I've already got on my palette in the background. But the other nail is going to be half an ombre and half the stripe. So the white that I'm creating now, the line, is almost going to be like my barrier, my guide where I want the ombre to finish. So you'll see that in just a second. So now that everything has been cured, we can start our line work. So I'm basically curing in between. Sometimes I'm brave enough to just go and do a couple of layers. You'll notice when, because there will be no snips, it will just be a fast-tracked little clip of me doing it. So here I might have popped into lamp, but later on I ended up just winging it and putting it all on at once and hoping for the best. So here we're going in with a pink, and I'm trying to go from the lightest shade to the darkest shade and so on. So this nail here, you'll see what I mean now with the guide. So where the white finishes is where I want my ombre to finish. So I'm going to use the brush method to ombre today's video, and we're going to use all 4 colours to ombre today. It was quite of a hectic ombre, I have to say. So we're starting with the darkest at the top, then we're going to go, of course, to the lightest down the bottom and finishing it off with some white there. So altogether we've got 4 gel polishes. Like I said, I'm going to use the brush method to ombre. because of how many colors there are, you don't want to go too much up and down. Usually I like to do a full like up and down motion ombre with my brush, but here I kind of had to focus on making sure that I don't end up mixing all those colors together. Especially as some colors are, you know, especially the top colors were very pigmented, so those were quite prominent and you can see them like a lot, but with the lighter shade at the bottom, especially with the white and that light pink, it almost seemed to ended up getting blended together and there wasn't really a lot of white left in the end. So if you wanted to kind of skip doing 4, then you can definitely do 3 and just skip the white, because the white definitely was a little bit difficult to do. And the ombre well, so I will go ahead and do 2 layers of the ombre. I won't show you guys me doing the one, but it's literally repeating the exact same process again to get the ombre to look literally perfect. The longer you leave the nail just sitting, the better basically, because you end up actually, all those brush strokes will even out and level out and everything. So in case you're worried about those, just let the nail chill for a bit. The gel will kind of level out by itself. And you can then pop into the lamp. So this is the bit where I'm taking a lint-free wipe and some nail prep cleaner from Miley, and I'm just going to wipe away, or well, try it as much as I can, get a very nice crisp line. I'm trying. And then we can pop into the lamp. So I'll do the other layer off camera. So whilst that's curing, we can work on our nail here. So with the stripes, this full nail will literally be in stripes. Stripes or stripes. Stripes are not my favorite to do because they're just so hard for me to get perfect. Even though I've got a longer brush, I used to always work with just a one favorite brush, and I used to do everything with it, straight lines and whatever it might be. I would always do it with that one brush, but getting a longer brush definitely helps like 100% way better and much easier, but still super difficult. I find it. I feel like I need like a crazy long brush to make it work. Probably the length of that nail would be great. So I can just tap it down and boom, I've got a straight line. There we go. This is the bit where I just decided to go cold turkey and just keep going. So I will pop into the lamp. I finished it off camera. Even off camera, I trimmed out one of those, and the other part or side of the ombre nail that we've got going on, I'm going to do these stripes as well. I just end up skipping white, I think. I just go in straight with the darkest and then making my way to the lightest, and I think I ended up with just no more space left for the white, so there's no white in the end there. And another little tip, make sure that you outline the bit where you want your ombre to finish with white or the lightest shade that you're going to use, just so that it doesn't end up kind of seeping through and you don't end up seeing it. So now that our stripes are done, we're back onto this French tip nail, and I couldn't leave it bare. So later on we're going to stamp some flowers, so I thought to bring this whole flower design together and make it look like a full set. I thought I will do some petals down the center and bring it into the, I think it's called a smile line, the smile line. So we're going to use all of those colors. You're going to do 3 dots to start with, so those are going to be our biggest petals, and you just want to do one line dragging it to the center where you want kind of the center of the flower to be, and then connect the sides of the dots to that line. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, you've got a beautiful little flower petal, and if your hand is steady, you will not make these little mistakes that I'm doing here. I think my hand was a bit shaky and I kept going out of line, so I had to keep fixing it and coming off camera and all of that stuff that I always do. Unfortunately, nobody's perfect, so I'm definitely far from it. So we're doing the exact same thing for the other colours. I've done it again. I'm gonna have to fix that up. And just keep doing it. There we go, we've got 3 done. And then on the sides, I felt like they were still bare and I wanted a bit more colour, so I just continued the whole colour pattern and did the sides too. But of course, because we've got less area to work with, you kind of want to pretend like it's a cut off petal. So we're going to add an additional 2 petals on the sides as well. So there's 1 each done, 1 more to go. 1 more to go. This bit's probably the most easiest to do. You don't have to connect any dots, any circles, any sides or anything. Just making almost like a triangle. And lastly, we're going to use that middle shade, almost like a purpley shade. So pretty. I have to say, it was almost giving me like a little shimmery. It was giving me like a little bit of a shimmer effect when I was working with it. I was quite actually intrigued. I didn't notice I had that little shimmer. Although now that it's applied and I'm looking at it, it doesn't actually look shimmery. So it might just be in a bottle, but it looked so pretty. Super pretty. So I'm just going to finish this one up, almost done there, and then pop into the lamp. So yeah, I think that'll be it when it comes to the physical nail art. Oh no, stamping. I forgot about stamping. So stamping with the last bit now. So I have this huge plate. I got it on AliExpress a little while ago, and it's full of flowers, and it's come in so handy. I don't think I've used that plate specifically before. I've got two very similar ones. I don't know if I've used that one before, but I know that I for sure have not used the flowers that I've picked up today before. I'm pretty sure. So I thought I'd do some reverse stamping to bring in some whites and blacks into the nail design. So what I'm doing here is picked up a pretty big flower with some leaves, and I'm only colouring in the petals and the little flower bits, not the leaves, and I'm colouring it in with the whites. So the stamper is Moyu London, the scraper is Moyu London. I am using some Born Pretty stamping polish, literally go to, so amazing, highly recommend. And yeah, the plate is on AliExpress. If you're literally writing flower plate, stamping plate on AliExpress, 100% this one will pop up. I've seen it so many times pop up, even when I don't want it to pop up, it keeps popping up for me. So I hope it's quite like an easily accessible plate on there. And literally at this point, I'm just picking up any and every flower that I think is pretty and I would like to add to my nail design. Ideally, I'm going for the biggest kind of flower at the top, and then the lower I'm going down the nail, the smaller the flower I'm trying to pick up. So I'm also going to stamp them. If I stamp one on the right hand side, the one underneath is going to be stamped slightly more to the left hand side. You will see in just a second. But stamping literally is so therapeutic. You all should definitely try it. If you haven't tried it before, you've been kind of against it. I've been there. I've been against stamping for a very long time. The first time I've even ever picked up stamping, I've actually recorded it and I was so against it. I was literally like, this is such a messy process. This is just so... It was just a bit too much for me that day, and I'm so glad I stuck to it because it's really helped me create really beautiful designs and helped me be a bit more creative and helped me achieve things that I wouldn't naturally be able to achieve because I'm just not a talented nail artist. Never have been. I've never been really good at drawing or anything, so it really has helped me a lot with my nail art. So definitely give it a go. If you want me to link that video where I had a nightmare trying to stamp, then let me know. I can link it down in the description or even give you a link to it in the comment section, and you can have a look and have a little laugh because you would not even think that is how much I struggled. I couldn't even pick up an image of the stamping plate, funny enough, so that was a bit of an experience. So here's our little rose that we're going to stamp. Okay, so we've matte top coated those, ended up just trimming it out. And we are going in with our crystals. So it's actually got 3 nails with crystals. So yeah, this set is one of my larger, more intensive sets, you could say. So for this nail, I thought I'll keep it nice and simple. It's so pretty. I love that ombre with the stripes. So I've picked up or put some AB crystals into my little triangle dish. And they are all the same size. I'm just going to pop them right in that center to cover up the line where the ombre kind of finishes. So if you don't want to do crystals, you could just do, you can get these line stickers, so you can stick it there, or even paint on a line yourself just to kind of remove that harsh line and make it look like it's supposed to be there. You could even go over it with white, to be honest. That could look really cool as well. I will straighten up the line off camera and then pop these bad boys into the lamp. We've got 2 more nails to do some crystals on. This one's up next. So I'm going to place a couple of crystals right where that white arch is. Starting with the largest crystal in the center, and then we're going to pop 2 more crystals on either side, going from the biggest to the smallest. And because of course I like to be extra, and this set is just not clearly extra enough, I will add some caviar beads in between the crystals. I love doing it. I think it brings the set together so nicely. I think it's so pretty. If you haven't tried that before as well, go give it a go. It's so fun. So fun. It's time consuming but fun. It literally changes the crystal game so much. So here I'm just picking up the caviar beads, popping them in between those crystals. And that one will be all nice and done. You can pop that one into the lamp. And we've got one more nail to do, which I'll do kind of in 2 chunks. I end up placing the core crystal placement down, popping it into the lamp so it doesn't move about. And then I finish it up with a couple of circular AB crystals. So for this one here, I'm going to chuck a couple of crystals down the center from the kind of from the top to the middle nail part. Starting off with a fairly small AB circular crystal at the top. Then we've got almost like this diamond shape. I'm not very good with crystal shape names, so bear with me. Then we're placing this very long AB crystal, and this is the bit where I decided to secure just because I didn't want it moving about and I wanted it to stay as straight as I possibly could keep it. So here where I'm placing some of my Macart roasting Guji is where I'm going to place a couple of more AB crystals, just the circle ones, and nothing too large either. I'm keeping it pretty small. If you wanted to make it larger, you could have, especially with the nail that I'm working on today. It's pretty big. I think, let me see what sizes they are. I think they're size 1, so they're pretty big nails. Pretty big nails. I could have went a bit larger if I wanted to, but I kind of like the petite look actually on this nail. And of course I had to add some caviar beads. I thought to myself, since I did it on the other nail, I might as well do it on this one too, just to bring that caviar bead into this set a bit more, rather than just having just a one lonely nail with caviar beads. So just a couple, wherever it feels right, wherever in between any crystals you want, pop it in there and it will look absolutely beautiful, beautiful. So once you're happy, pop that one into the lamp and we are almost done. I can show you guys the final results now. So I hope you guys liked the video. I absolutely love how they came out. I think they're so cute. They are so nice as single nails, for accent nails, or if you want to do a full set of these as well. They are literally amazing. So much going on. I love them. So I hope you guys loved them too. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I would absolutely love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.